Our next speaker is Adam Gopnik. He has been a writer for the New Yorker since 1986. His new book, Through the Children's Gate, A Home in New York, collects and expands his essays from the past 5 years about life in New York and about raising 2 children in the shadow of various kinds of sadness. Please welcome Adam Gopnik.
Thank you. I find it odd to be here in company. For me, the experience of this store, as of any great bookstore, is essentially the experience of solitude, and particularly of furtive solitude. I got my education here on Saturdays and Sundays in the 1980s, particularly, when I would wander around in camouflage pants with my gym bag over my arm and my hair going 6 different ways, and unshaven and sure that no one would ever see me. And the pleasure of book browsing is exactly the pleasure of that sense of absolute solitude. So seeing so many fellow Strandites here and so many fellow addicts, I have exactly the sense that I think they must have had in a grindhouse, a XXX house on 42nd Street, when they raided it and suddenly the lights went on and you had to turn around and look at all your fellow addicts. The advantage of being a book addict, along with, or instead of a porn addict, I think, is that there is some genuine element of novelty in book buying. It's not always the same experience leading to the same experience. It's varied. And when I think about the months and years I have spent wandering through these shelves and through these corridors, I think of specific books I discovered here. I discovered here a 50-year-old pamphlet by a forgotten art historian named Albert Gardner about Winslow Homer and his experiences in France, which totally changed my way of thinking about Homer. I discovered the criticism of Randall Jarrell here, which totally changed my way of thinking about criticism. I discovered the novels of Wilfred Sheed and the photography of Margaret Cameron. It's those kinds of discoveries that you can make here, just as Pete said, which involve a place that isn't organized the way a library is organized, neatly and absolutely, but is organized the way only a bookstore can be, semi-organized, organized in a way that lets you make your own discoveries along the way. That's what a bookstore offers us that no other place can, and that's what this one does particularly. Thinking about it today, I couldn't resist copying out the best poem I know about the